So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 coffee shops that you can work at in Tribeca. Now, I love a good coffee shop. I think I would honestly rather go on a coffee date sometimes than I would go on a date to an actual bar. Like, that's how much I love coffee shops. I'm the type of person that I like when you go to a coffee shop and they literally give you a ceramic mug to drink your coffee in while you're sitting there. Like, that's how old school coffee shop I am. Now, a lot of coffee shops don't do that anymore, so I'm not trying to disappoint you if you are like me in that sense. So Tribeca has a lot of coffee shops. Now, ever since post-2020, a lot of coffee shops have been leaning away from the whole large square footage space of their actual retail store and kind of leaning towards actually having very small storefronts where it's more grab and go style. That's just a trend that has been going around all over New York City and probably really all over the world, to be honest. So I have noticed that there are less and less coffee shops that you can work at nowadays. Now, I used to be the type of person that I used to love working at coffee shops. Like, I literally would go around all different neighborhoods and just work at all different coffee shops all the time because I actually liked it. I thought it was like inspiration for me. So I do think it is hard to find a good coffee shop to work at, but they do still exist. And there are a few here in Tribeca that I do recommend. So the first coffee shop that I recommend that you can work at is Blue Bottle. Now, when I say Blue Bottle in Tribeca, I'm referring to the one on Broadway directly, not West Broadway, it's on Broadway. So that Blue Bottle has a good amount of seating space, and it's probably one of the biggest Blue Bottles downtown, I would say, because a lot of the other Blue Bottles are pretty small, but this one is oversized because it's in the Walker Hotel, so they have a lot more room there. That's definitely going to be a great location to work at if you are also looking for really good coffee and a space to work. Now, if you watch some of my other videos related to coffee, you might know that I absolutely love Blue Bottle. I think that it's probably one of the better cups of coffee in New York City, so I might be a little biased there. So the next coffee shop is Gotan. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, and I swear that people in Tribeca pronounce this either Gotan or Gotan. I think at one time I was saying Gotan, and then I was like, wait, I think it's Gotan after hearing other people say that, so we're just gonna go with Gotan. Please feel free to correct me in the comments because I'm probably saying that wrong. I butcher how to say things wrong like all the time, so feel free. I'm giving you permission to just like beat me up in the comments on my pronunciation. So anyway, that coffee shop is on West Broadway, so now we're talking about West Broadway. Kind of, I would say, like North Tribeca. So it's not the biggest coffee shop in the world, but it's on a very cute square in Tribeca, and the subway is also right there, and it's not the biggest location, but they do have some outdoor seating that I have seen people working at like in the nicer months, and they do have some indoor seating as well. Now, this coffee shop isn't open extremely long hours, so it could be a little bit limited if you're trying to go like off hours to find somewhere to work. So another coffee shop that you can work at in Tribeca would be Jack's Stir Brew. Now, there are 2 locations in Tribeca, and in this video, I would be referring to the one in the Roxy Hotel, which is going to be on Church Street. So the other location is more West Tribeca. However, that location specifically is a grab and go. I don't think there's even one seat to sit there. If there is, it might be just a few seats. I can't remember because I typically go to the one on Church Street if I'm going to Jack's Stir Brew. So the one in the Roxy Hotel is adorable. When you walk in there, it literally looks like, I don't know, it's kind of like a movie set. Like, it's just so picturesque, like the way that they have decorated the interior of the Roxy Hotel. So you can work there, and I have known people who have done like business meetings there. However, if you go inside and sit there and drink coffee, the Roxy Hotel is also a restaurant, so they might ask you if you want to order food, and then you have to tell them that you're just there to drink coffee, which they are okay with sometimes. I've definitely done that before, but depending on the day, if it's busy, they might be like, okay, we need you to order food too, if it's really busy, because it is a hotel that a ton of people stay at downtown. However, it's very, very cute. They do not have to-stay cups, unfortunately. They only do to-go cups, but it's the kind of place that it feels like they would give you a ceramic cup to sit there and drink. They also do have outdoor seating, so in the nicer months, you can definitely work outside. So it's not like a patio, but it's like a little fenced-in area on the sidewalk that they have. The next coffee shop in Tribeca is going to be Cafe Landscape. I really like this coffee shop a lot. I've only been to the one in South Tribeca, which is on West Broadway, and they have another one in towards North Tribeca. I haven't been to that location. The one in South Tribeca doesn't have a ton of seats, but you can definitely sit there and get some work done. Another coffee shop in Tribeca that you can go to get some work done is Laughing Man, the one specifically on Duane. There's another one in Hudson River Park, but I'm not suggesting that one because, again, that's not really one that you would sit and work at. The one on Duane, they don't have a ton of seats, but you could get some work done there and sit there. Now, that location they have like a cult following of just like people in the neighborhood who just love getting coffee there. I'm pretty sure 100% of proceeds from Laughing Man goes to charity. It's owned by Hugh Jackman, and that's like a big part of his mission of the business. It's a not-for-profit business, and they have really good coffee. So like I said, they have a huge neighborhood following, and it can just get really, really, really busy there sometimes. So if you're going like early in the morning, even on weekdays, expect a little bit of a wait or for it to be really crowded. So it's not going to be like a quiet, calm place for you to go. There might be a little hectic, I would say. So that's 5 coffee shops in Tribeca that you can go to if you're looking to work and have a great cup of coffee. And like I always say, if you guys have any suggestions or any comments, please leave them in the comments because I just love hearing from you guys.